Cost of production's on everyone's mind. Margins are tight. Crop insurance really brings certainty where there is uncertainty.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. I'm Aaron Putsey and I'm visiting today with Eric Sorensen. He is with Momentum, an independent crop insurance agency. And Eric, we've got a lot to talk about. First of all, maybe on the side of the coin where maybe not such a pleasant conversation, but one that needs to be had anyway, and it's a challenging time right now for farmers, and you work with farmers. What are you hearing from the field?
It is, Aaron. I mean, we work with farmers through the highs and the lows. This year feels a little bit like a low at this point, but we don't know what the year is going to bring either, right? So first off, crop insurance really brings certainty where there is uncertainty. And so that's the main theme that your agent really wants to bring to you is let's talk about introducing certainty to your operation. Cost of production's on everyone's mind. Cost of production's high, margins are tight. Everybody wishes there was another $1 or $2, on the bean price. So that's really the theme this year.
There have been some changes that have come down the road here with some legislation at the federal level. What are some of the changes in crop insurance right now that you always are kind of the first to flag when you have a conversation with a grower?
The good news is there's a lot of positive change, even in kind of tough times right now. And that comes in the form of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Had a lot of impacts to ag and producers. A lot of those affected crop insurance in a positive way. So in short, really it introduced a lot more premium support, which drives the cost down to the producer to buy the coverage in the first place. And then it loosened up the rules on a product called SCO, which is kind of a shallow loss county revenue program, to where you can buy it and take ARC at the FSA office. Before you were restricted from doing that. They were incompatible. And then ECO is another one that's kind of the close cousin to SCO. It's just at a higher band of revenue coverage for the county. That one has been fairly costly, but because of the new subsidy, which is at 80%, it drives the cost down to the producer to about a third of what it was 2 years ago.
It's late February. What should farmers truly be thinking about right now as they consider adding some coverage, making some protections for this growing season?
What we hope for as agents is that they would come with the cost of production figures just at a high level. If you operate in multiple counties, sometimes that changes by the county, whether the rent's different or your land costs or whatever else, your yield potential, because then we can kind of drive a baseline for what do we got to try to achieve here. If we can meet cost of production, great. Let's see what levels it takes to do that. But we have more tools in the toolbox than ever available to us.
This is a big piece of an operation, especially when we're talking about the kind of volatility that we're dealing with today. The relationship that a farmer has with their crop insurance representative is pretty darn important. What makes a relationship really work to the benefit of a farmer?
At the core, it's trust. Building trust just through repeated conversations, repeated good results, and then just being transparent with each other. So farmer being transparent with here's my cost of production, here's my thoughts. If there's going to be changes to the operation, we want to know all that stuff up front, just so that we can kind of tailor a cocktail of coverage that really meets the needs for this year.
As we're moving into this very critical time of the year, a lot of planning going on, a lot of preparation, any final thoughts or words of wisdom for a grower?
Have an open mind, and we ask for that every year, but I'd say especially this year, because the tendency is to try to reduce costs everywhere you can, and that's understandable. But I try to remind producers crop insurance is the only input that guarantees you any revenue. And so let's make sure that, if that parachute needs to come out, it's going to come out before we hit the ground. And if we can't do that, let's at least do the best we can.
Well, thank you for making time to kind of walk through some of these really important issues, again, that are taking on added importance right now as farmers get ready for a growing season. There's a lot of twists and turns, as there is for every growing season. Reporting for this edition of the State of Soy, I'm Aaron Putsey.
Everything starts with the land. We really respect farmers.
There's nothing that we cannot help a client with. The brokerage, the management, the appraisal, and the investment are four pillars that really go so well together.
We work with a lot of really great people working incredibly hard to provide for their families, their community, and the country.